Hello there and welcome to another video here on the Mr. TraveLux YouTube channel. This video today is going to be a little bit different to the content that you've seen here normally if you're someone that is a frequent visitor here on the Mr. TraveLux YouTube channel. For those of you who it's your first time here, I want to introduce myself quickly, give you a bit of context. So my name is 𝗏𝗏. I'm the founder and CEO of Reliant Destinations and 𝗏𝗏𝗰𝗏.com. And thank you again for just taking a moment of your time to stop by this video. And what this video today is going to be is just a bit of an honest conversation. So unlike our normal content where we splice a whole bunch of things together, put some cool effects and all of the professional editing, we're just going to have a raw conversation in this video about what has happened since this Hurricane Melissa. So unless you've been living under a rock, I am sure that you're aware that Jamaica had quite a substantial hurricane, Category 5 hurricane that happened not that far back. So as of the day of posting this video, it was about 5 weeks ago. Now I'm actually coming to you today live from Jamaica. So I'm here in Jamaica and I just want to talk about what has happened in the recent weeks, what is happening as we speak, and what to expect in the coming weeks and months ahead. So the first thing is Reliant Destinations, which is my company. So we are actually primarily a Jamaican company. So we are a Jamaican registered company, a Jamaican tax-paying company. Even though all of the clients we service, all of you, our wonderful viewers and clients, are all North American guests. So I myself am based currently predominantly in the South, so in Texas in the USA, but all of my amazing employees are all based in Jamaica. So our office was actually just across the road from Sandals Resort, and the truth of the matter is we didn't fare so well, although we fared a lot better than a lot of other people. However, our office, we're definitely in some conversations right now about the future steps, what's happening there, but our team is safe and sound, which is what was most important to us first and foremost. So when this hurricane hit about 5 weeks ago, it hit strong and it hit different parts of the island, some worse than others. So where I'm standing at today, so this is Sandals Duns River Resort. So Sandals Duns River is just on the outskirts of the 𝗭𝗏 area in Jamaica. Now I have to say this is one of the areas which didn't get impacted so badly. And as you can see already, it's absolutely gorgeous. And we're just coming off the back of this huge catastrophic hurricane. So let's talk about kind of which properties got impacted a little bit more and which of the properties fared a bit better like this one. So first and foremost, the property that got hit the worst was one of my favorite properties, and that would be Sandals White House, Sandals South Coast in Jamaica. Now here's the thing which you should know is Sandals, as the resorts themselves, are built for hurricanes. So structurally, very, very, very fortunate. Unfortunately for a lot of the staff in the resorts, they're not as fortunate as the resorts themselves. Obviously, everyone's homes are much more delicate than the properties themselves, which are built with rebar and concrete and strong hurricane-proof structures. With South Coast, the buildings themselves were predominantly fine, but what you did see definitely is a lot of roof damage and a lot of topical damage in general. So right now, that property, we're looking at May of 2026 when that property is going to reopen. And a lot of things are already being fixed as we speak. But one of the kind of advantages that it's going to be used during this time is to finish a lot of refurbishments. So those of you who are frequent Sandals guests, one of the things that you like, of course, is going into a property and not having a ton of construction noise around you. So at Sandals South Coast, there were some refurbishments that needed to happen. So all these will be finished during this period, which is great. Of course, a lot of the structures like your little cabanas, things that had thatched roofs, and even the roof shingles or tiles, I should say, themselves on the buildings at Sandals South Coast definitely were impacted and quite substantially. But the work is already begun there, and around the clock in the last 5 weeks, that property is looking much, much better. And I feel very confident that it's going to be gorgeous, ready to go very, very soon. But right now, the official reopening date on that is going to be in May. Now, let's talk about where our office is located. So Montego Bay. Montego Bay, of course, is where most of you will fly into. You do have some other options. You do have Kingston Airport, which is not close to any of the resorts, so we don't recommend that unless you have no other option to get into the island. But then we also have the new airport, which is in the 𝗭𝗏 area. It is limited flights, so for some people, they choose that. But the bulk of Sandals and Beaches guests coming to Jamaica will choose the Sangster International Airport there in Montego Bay. There is Sandals Montego Bay, which is right by that airport, and And then just about 1 or 2 miles down the road, you have Sandals Resort, which is where our office has been located just across the road from that. So Montego Bay did get pretty hard in terms of damage. It's just the reality of it. So I did have a look at both of those properties just yesterday actually, and I can see that, you know, there's definitely some damage with those, but what I have to say is when you compare everything else around it, a lot of things got decimated right there by it, but compared to everything else structurally, they look very strong. So right now, again, those properties are going to be reopening in May as well. So the 3 properties for May, so we're looking at Sandals Montego Bay, Sandals Resort, and also, as we mentioned, Sandals in White House, Sandals South Coast. So those are the 3 properties which we'll be seeing reopening in May. And again, with the Montego Bay properties, the same thing. So there's gonna be a lot of refurbishments that are happening rapid speed to make sure that everything is available, open, ready to go for you when that reopen happens here very soon. But those 3 properties, those are properties which are all close to my heart. Very, very sad the devastation occurred with those. And of course, the staff that lived in those areas as well got impacted very, very strongly. We want to thank all of you. We had so many of you reach out and ask about our team at Reliant Destinations, ask about the staff in the resorts, your favorite butlers, you know, how different people that you've connected with over your stays at Sandals Beaches Resorts, how they were impacted. And thank you so much for that. So Sandals Foundation is the largest foundation in the Caribbean, and it's really stepped up on this. So many of you have made donations. Many of you reached out directly and said, what is the best way we can contribute? And we pointed you towards Sandals Foundation. So even, for example, Sandals Resorts International owns the largest airplane hangar at the main airport in Montego Bay. And that hangar, same thing, it has been repurposed, allowed for Sandals Foundation just to be able to go and to use that, to be able to get evacuation, be able to get immediate assistance supplies in. And Sandals has stepped up, is paying the salaries for the employees in the resorts, is helping everyone to figure out what level of assistance they need, connecting to the right partners, helping them directly in the Sandals Foundation, and the support has been incredible. So thank you, all of you, so much for shared concerns, who contributed with your wishes, your thoughts, your prayers, and your financial contributions towards that. That has been amazing. So we talked about the worst impacted properties, okay? So we talked about Sandals South Coast, Sandals Montego Bay, and of course Sandals Resort. So what about the other properties, okay? So let's talk about Negril first. So Negril did get hit, yes, but Negril didn't get hit super hard, and that is a great thing to point out. So, you know, I even had a friend that was in the resort at the time, had a client that was in the resort at the time, and you'd be surprised, 24 hours later, that resort's look beautiful. And that's what you do see at a lot of Sandals whenever there are major incidents like major tropical storms or hurricanes. I've personally been in resorts 3 times over my Sandals and Beaches career where there have been hurricanes hit, and usually within 24 hours you could barely tell. This one is true, it was a little bit higher damage than normal, and definitely more catastrophic in terms of the places where it really hit. But when we look at somewhere like Sandals and Grill, which didn't get a direct hit, but got kind of on the outskirts of the hit, there was a lot of damage. Most of it was foliage damage, the actual buildings themselves. Honestly, I would have felt confident sending a guest there the next week. That's how well those resorts turned around. So in terms of Beaches Negril and Sandals Negril, those properties are looking beautiful. And those, by the time you even watch this video, those will be reopened, okay? So outside of the 3 that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, all the other Sandals are reopening here December 6th. And I'm gonna post this video today, which is the 4th, so within 48 hours. So as I'm standing here, none of the properties are technically open in Jamaica. So I'm at Sandals Dunn's River now, and this property is gonna be opening in just 2 days, and we're so excited to welcome all of the guests back here to Jamaica. So 2 days, and we're gonna have Sandals Negril, Beaches Negril, Sandals Dunn's River, and then down the road a little bit, we're gonna have Sandals Road Plantation and Sandals 𝗭𝗆, which is the largest of the Sandals resorts. They're all gonna be open and ready to go for guests here very soon, in just 48 hours from this video, and I'm so excited for that. This 𝗭𝗆 area, honestly, yes, it got weather damage, but all in all, the hit was so minor compared to other parts of the island. And it was a bit of a shame because, you know, at Reliant Destinations and Sandals as a brand, we did have a lot of clients that just flat out just canceled bookings like a year in advance. And you know, it's a shame because this looks every bit as beautiful as the day it opened. And I was here at this resort actually before it opened, during the grand opening, and I've been here probably a dozen times since it opened. So I've seen this property in every shape you could possibly imagine, and it looks gorgeous. If you were here today, you definitely couldn't tell that a hurricane has passed through. Already the foliage is back in full force, as you can see around me, with all these beautiful palm trees, coconuts, that sort of thing. So Sandals Road Plantation, Sandals 𝗂𝗄𝐻 down the road, similar situation, very beautiful. So again, most of the damage was foliage, which honestly is kind of a refreshing thing that can happen for the foliage. It needs a bit of a reset sometimes with nature, and allows all the green to come in. And just in these last few weeks already, all the greenery is lush in this area. It's back. So if you're coming to any of the Negril properties, or if you're coming to the Ocho Rios properties anytime after this video, you are going to be so happy, and there's nothing to worry about. I will do an update about the more impacted properties in coming weeks here. So for Sandals Montego Bay, Sandals Royal Caribbean, and Sandals South Coast, definitely stay tuned for those. The last thing I want to mention on this as well is when it comes to thinking about the island and how it handles hurricanes. So most of you that are watching this video are going to be North American clients. We get a little bit of viewership also from Britain, but it's predominantly viewership from North America. And what I'd say is when people in North America think about a catastrophic hurricane, for most people, the first thing that comes to their mind is going to be Hurricane Katrina. And I have to say that Hurricane Katrina is just not representative whatsoever of what it is like on this experience in Jamaica. Whenever Hurricane Katrina happened, things that made the news, looting, rioting, spikes in crime, terrible things like that. Here in Jamaica, it's a bit different. It's a bit different. The people are very resilient here, very, very resilient. And people come together. And from everything I've experienced here on the island, all the reports from my staff, my friends, my colleagues, everyone here, there's been no noticeable uptick in crime compared to any other time here. Okay, remember when I promised no splicing in this video? Well, it turns out my device had a different idea. I was filming under the wonderful Jamaican sun there, beautiful, beautiful weather today, and my device overheated, so apologies. Anyway, let's continue. So I was talking about Hurricane Katrina, which is what most North American guests think about when they think about a catastrophic hurricane. And I'm so, so proud of the Jamaican people. Here in Jamaica, it's just different. People come together, they support each other. And even though a lot of people here lost truly everything, the spirit has remained, and people just putting their best foot forward, making the most. And of course, you do have the aspect as well where if you have a hurricane that hits a large country like the USA, you have a lot of evacuation options. If you're in somewhere like Jamaica and you're a Jamaican, this is home. You have nowhere to go. You have to stay and fight for your home. And so here it has been so impressive. It has been so impressive not to watch crime, spiral through the ceiling, but to watch people step up and truly support each other. Community to community, neighbor to neighbor, staff member to staff member. And of course, it's also been so impressive as well to watch Sandals as an organization truly step up for all of their team. So I just wanted to mention that to give you some perspective there. Any questions you have, I would love to answer those questions. And also, I didn't mention it at the beginning of this video, but my team and I at Reliant Destinations, our Jamaican-based team, we are always here to help. So we actually offer 100% complimentary concierge services. So our goal is just always to make sure that you have the best experience possible. So for example, we would have hundreds of guests recently that would be able to attest to the fact that, when the hurricane hit, we were there to help. And even though we were extremely limited on staff, with a lot of our staff impacted, our guests, they received, priority service at all times. And most of them, received upgrades if they moved resorts. They received, the best of the best when it came to assistance and getting them moved. And nobody was left behind. Not a single one of our guests suffered in any way in terms of monetary or negative impact there from their vacation. So you can always reach out, hello@reliantdestinations.com if we can be of help in any way. If you want to make sure you have that best service, of course, the best value guaranteed and the best expertise available, we are here to help. So again, that was hello@reliantdestinations.com. But thank you so much for stopping by this video. I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you, just giving you a behind the scenes, peel back the curtain look at really what's happening on the ground, and just to be authentic with you and to let you know, in terms of, as we discussed, the properties which have suffered more than others, and kind of what the situation here on the ground is like. So we'll be posting a full resort video in terms of a full tour of this property very soon if you're interested in that. If you're watching this video in December, we'll probably post that at the beginning of the year, so check back here very, very shortly. But we are excited to help many of you come back to Jamaica. Please come back to Jamaica. Jamaicans are ready for you. They're excited. The truth is, Jamaica needs you. The best thing you can do is to come come. And I will mention one more thing as well, because we have had a lot of clients that say, well, it feels a bit insensitive to come at this time, you know, coming in and enjoying a luxury vacation where people are still trying to rebuild their homes. I get that. I totally get that. But let me give you an authentic perspective as someone who is a Jamaican, a tax-paying American, whose team is Jamaican, who, you know, you have here all of these wonderful staff members. Let me give you the perspective from all of them, okay? What the perspective is in somewhere like Jamaica, tourism is the GDP. Tourism is the GDP. So when tourism leaves the island, then what happens is so do jobs. When jobs leave the island, poverty increases, crime increases. It creates this circle of poverty, which Jamaica has worked so hard to remove itself from. So we view very, very positive things are on the horizon in the future for Jamaica, and we just hope that everyone can come back here with confidence, understand that it is as safe as ever before, that the beaches are clean, the ocean is safe, the foliage is beautiful. There's all these destinations I mentioned, such as Negril and 𝗬𝗪𝗏, which are ready with wide open arms to welcome you back. So that's enough for me today. I just want to encourage you to come back to Jamaica. We are here and so excited to welcome you back to the island. And of course, any questions you have, as we mentioned, hello@ReliantDestinations.com, or you can drop a comment in that description below. We look forward to seeing you back here on the channel so soon. Please do remember to like this video and subscribe as we bring you a lot of exciting content. We have so many videos scheduled to release very, very soon, and you don't want to miss those. We'll catch you next time. See ya.